evening. Welcome to the news at 4 on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ugbebo. The House of Representatives has approved a revised provision of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill allowing both electronic transmission and manual collation of election results. Lawmakers on Tuesday rescinded the version of Section 63, earlier passed in December, which had mandated the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to electronically transmit results from polling units to the INEC Result Viewing Portal (IREV) in real time alongside physical collation. Under the new amendment, the presiding officer is required to electronically transmit results from each polling unit to the IREV portal after Form EC8A has been signed and stamped and where available countersigned by candidates or polling agents. However, the revised clause introduces a proviso stating that where electronic transmission fails due to communication challenges, the manually signed Form EC8A will serve as the primary source for collation and declaration of results. The amendment sparked sharp reactions from opposition lawmakers who staged a walkout shortly after the clause was passed. Led by Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda, the lawmakers proceeded to the House Media Center where they rejected the new provision, describing it and other amendments as anti-people. In other news, there was chaos at the National Assembly complex on Tuesday after officers of the Nigerian Police Force fired tear gas at protesters gathered at the main entrance. The demonstrators had converged on the assembly to express dissatisfaction over the Senate's approval of both electronic transmission and manual collation of election results. Eyewitnesses say tensions escalated when some protesters attempted to force their way into the complex, prompting security personnel to disperse the crowd with canisters of tear gas. In the ensuing confusion, protesters, many of them women, were seen scrambling for safety. Several reportedly fell while trying to escape the smoke, causing panic at the scene. An elderly woman was said to have fainted after inhaling tear gas and was assisted by fellow protesters. The West African Examinations Council (WAEC) has launched a digital certificate services system known as WAEC DigiCert across Nigeria, Ghana, the Gambia, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. In a statement signed by Dimanios Ojijiogu, head of public affairs at WAEC headquarters in Accra, the council described the platform as a mobile and web-based application designed to enable candidates to access, request, confirm, and share digital copies of their original certificates. WAEC said the system also allows candidates to recover lost examination numbers and provide secure verification features for institutions and other stakeholders. According to the council, the platform underwent a successful pilot phase in Nigeria and received positive feedback from candidates and educational institutions worldwide. WAEC assures stakeholders that the traditional printing and issuance of physical certificates will continue unaffected. The mobile application is available for download on both iOS and Android platforms, while additional information can be accessed through WAEC's official website and social media channels. Meanwhile, the council also announced the release of results for the 2025 second series computer-based West African Senior School Certificate Examination for private candidates, advising them to confirm their results via the WAEC Direct platform before proceeding to access digital certificates. In a foreign news, renowned American civil rights leader Jesse Jackson has died at the age of 84. His family announced in a statement that he died peacefully on Tuesday morning, surrounded by loved ones. Jackson was a towering figure in the American civil rights movement and worked closely with Martin Luther King Jr. during the 1960s struggle for racial equality. He later founded the Rainbow Push Coalition and twice sought the Democratic Party's presidential nomination in 1984 and 1988. In 2017, Jackson revealed he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and more recently was hospitalized with progressive supranuclear palsy. In their tribute, the family described him as a servant leader whose lifelong commitment to justice, equality, and human rights helped shape a global movement for freedom and dignity. Public observances are expected to be held in Chicago, with details of memorial services to be announced later. And now sports. Juventus manager Luciano Spalletti has acknowledged the threat posed by Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen ahead of his side's UEFA Champions League playoff clash against Galatasaray. Speaking at his pre-match press conference, Spalletti described Osimhen and Argentine forward Mauro Icardi as different but equally dangerous players. Both Icardi and Osimhen are great but different players. One creates chaos, the other tries to use this chaos as an advantage, he said, adding that Juventus have studied their opponents but intend to focus on their own game plan. That concludes the news at Phone Leadership Television. For more, log into www.leadership.ng and don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.